Hey everyone, Britt back. Time for more SexxxPerTease. And today's question is, do tops prefer loose or tight holds? I think anyone would probably obviously say the obvious answer is tight, but as someone who's had an extremely tight, impenetrably tight asshole most of my life, I don't think it's that simple because it would take me like 90 minutes or more to prepare to get fucked, and I would use like my dildo, I would douche, I would use my butt plug and leave it in there for at least half an hour for a dick to get in me. Like in college, like the guy I was like in love with, like his dick was literally the size of like my pinky. It was like as long as my pinky and like as wide as my thumb, and like even his dick would not go inside my asshole unless I left my butt plug in there for like half an hour. Like I'm extremely like unnaturally tight, and I feel like there's no way like anyone else I knew had the same issues as I did, because it would always take me like way longer whenever I like talk to my friends or talk about sex. Like it would just be way more difficult for me to like open up to get fucked than that. So personally, like as someone who's had a tight asshole, an extremely tight asshole, guys do not like that. Like they don't want an asshole that's so tight they can't get it in. Like that just makes them frustrated and annoyed and then not want to come back to like see me again and fuck, because it's like we couldn't even fuck because my asshole's so tight. And it's like still so like annoying when going through all that effort to open up and get my hole open only for them to be like, it's still so tight, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I just went through all this effort so you could fuck me, and it's like it's still not working or going well. And I feel like, of course, I don't think anyone wants like a giant loose asshole where it's like a bucket hole. Like this one guy said my friend's like vagina was like a bucket in high school, so we've always like kept that nickname and just like thought it was hilarious. But like I honestly was a bit envious of people that had looser assholes, because it's like it's so easy for you to get fucked. Like you don't have to get through all this effort of like, you can't have spontaneous sex because it's like I have to know far in advance if we're gonna fuck, so I need to know like how much time I have to get ready, because if I don't take all that time to get ready, it's just not possible. It's physically not possible for me to have sex because my asshole is so fucking tight. So I feel like if you have a looser asshole, you can just like douche and then boom, you're ready. You don't have to go through all that effort of I have to put in my dildo and use it for this amount of time, and to leave my butt plug in for this amount of time before the guy comes over. It's just like, you don't have to deal with that. So I was always envious of people that had looser assholes, but it's like, I know guys don't want someone who's super loose where it's like they can't even feel anything, so there's no pleasure for them, but guys also don't want someone that's super tight, that it's so tight that you can't get it inside. So it's like, obviously like the ideal tight is, they ideally want something that's more like in the middle, which is the easy answer. But if the options are only tight or loose, like I feel like guys would prefer someone that's loose, because you can actually get the dick in the hole. Because someone that's like really literally super tight, like, and the dick can't even go in, like there's nothing you can even do with that. At least if it's a loose asshole, you might not feel it as much, or it might take longer to come from it, but at least you can get it in the hole, as opposed to not even being able to get it in the hole to begin with. So personally, I do feel like guys would prefer loose over tight, but in my like blog, I like pulled this question before. People said they preferred like tight, but I honestly don't think they meant like as tight as I have been, and the problems that I've had from being super tight, and that it's just frustrating and annoying for the bottom and for the top, because it's like it's literally so tight we can't fuck. So I don't think anyone really wants it that tight, but thankfully I have gotten better with time. I got a bigger dildo and I use it more often, so I can stay more loose, so my asshole isn't extremely tight to the point where it's impenetrable. And I also, well, poppers do also help, and they're a great tool to help loosen up and relax and be able to get fucked easier. And I barely even have to use my butt plug anymore, because I feel like since I do try to like train my asshole to be able to take more dick with my dildo, and then have poppers, and then even just like alcohol or like weed like helps you get looser or relaxed. So yeah, I do feel like personally I've helped overcome that hurdle of being too tight to the point where I can't even have sex. So thankfully that period has passed. But yes, in terms of tight, super tight asshole or super loose asshole, I would think that guys would prefer loose because if it's super tight, you literally cannot fuck at all. So thanks for joining me for this episode of SexxxPerTease.